Hey fans, friends, and family. This may be the last video that I ever make and post on YouTube. And I'll tell you why. There's good news and there's bad news with everything. The bad news is tomorrow I am going to have a surgery, major surgery, and they're going to cut out part of my guts. My doctor hates my guts. So he's going to cut part of them out. And so the good news is, for my fans, I have already recorded and uploaded all my jokes all the way through the 22nd of March 2022, and that brings me to my 5-year mark. So if you're a fan of my joke of the day, you'll have those to look forward, whether I survive the surgery tomorrow or not. So that's the good news. The other good news is I'm likely to survive the surgery, but you never know. So in case I don't, this will have been my last video. So for friends, if you want to support me, I really don't care if you want to pray or meditate or do whatever. That's up to you. But don't do it on my account. I don't need cards. I don't need well wishes. Don't need candy. Don't need comments on this video or anything really. If you want to support me or show me that you care, find one of my jokes on YouTube and leave a comment. Because I get notified of all those comments, and if I come out of the surgery and I'm still alive, I'll see those comments and I'll acknowledge them, like them, comment back or something, and you'll know I'm okay, because otherwise I ain't calling nobody to tell you I'm alive. And so that goes with family too. If you see me active on Facebook or social media, you'll know I survived. Mom and Dad, people like that, Lori will probably call them and the kids and let them know I'm okay. But anybody else, again, leave a comment on one of my jokes. I'll see it and I'll comment back, assuming that this is not my last video ever. So for those of you that are wondering what the whole deal is, I've had ulcerative colitis since 2001. Was when I was first diagnosed with it, so I've had it for the past 20 years. And in January of this year, they decided to put me on some immunosuppressants, some biologics. The first one was Humira. They put me on that in January. 2 months later, I had about a complicated diverticulitis with a perforation and an air pocket in my intestines. Never had any kind of those problems ever in the 20 years I had ulcerative colitis until, again, Humira in January. And by 2 months later, I had my first bout of complicated diverticulitis. So I said, I ain't taking this Humira no more. So they put me on Remicade in June, and 2 months later I had my second bout of complicated diverticulitis with an abscess, and they had to take an ice pick and stab me in the belly and then stick a soda straw into the hole and drain the abscess. It was really painful, and so obviously I said, I'm not taking these biologics anymore. But for whatever reason, whether it was the biologics or just time, the diverticulitis never really went away, and so I've been trying to just stay out of the emergency room because of all the COVID deniers. The anti-vaxxers are in there being sick and sucking up emergency room space. The last time I went to the emergency room, I was there for 18 hours before they were able to treat me. And so I've just been I've been doing liquid diets and all kinds of other crazy stuff to make sure that I don't have a recurrence of diverticulitis waiting long enough to get me to where they can do the surgery. And so that's what they're going to do. They're going to go in, they're going to remove a section of my colon. If they can find two healthy parts, a healthy part on my rectum and a healthy part on the leftover colon, they'll attach them, which is called an anastomosis, and I'll just have to heal up from the incision where they cut open my belly and the surgeon stuck his hands in there and removed my guts. And if I'm not so lucky, there won't be enough healthy tissue to attach the leftover colon back to my rectum, in which case I'll end up with an ostomy, which means they just poke a hole in the side of my body, and the colon will empty out into that, and it'll be a colostomy bag. And if I'm kind of lucky in between those, they'll be able to come back later and maybe attach the leftover colon to the rectum, and I'll get rid of the ostomy and the colonoscopy bag. And then, of course, there's always a chance that I just outright die, and in which case this will be my last video ever, which which will mean that it was prophetic, right? I predicted it, and this is my last video ever. But again, for the fans, you'll be able to watch my joke of the days through 22 March 2022. After that, the channel would go black, would go dark. 4 liters of prep today. I've had lots of colonoscopies because of the ulcerative colitis, and I've never had 4 liters of prep. This is 4-liter bottle. I've gone through that, and so now I'm at the point where I'm just waiting to report to the hospital tomorrow, and we'll have the surgery done. So again, that's why this may or may not be my last video ever. Thanks for tuning in, checking it out, showing an interest. Again, if you want to support me, don't send flowers, don't send a note, don't send a get well card. Just go find one of my jokes and leave a comment, good or bad, I don't care. And I'd appreciate that. At any rate, so long, maybe forever, maybe not. Later, bye.